Hello, how are you guys doing today?
Today we are back with our minimalistic styled videos, and I am here to try to help you out how to stop impulse buying. Yes, I know it is so bad when we go out shopping and we just come home full of things we didn't really need, but in the heat of the moment we just decided, I only live once. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna treat myself. And this is what needs to stop. We need to stop this behavior. And I'm gonna show you guys how I did it, and hopefully you guys were able to do the same. By the way, I have a playlist with the videos that I've done before, my minimalist series. If you haven't watched it yet, I'm gonna put it right there where you can watch all the videos that I've made before. If you guys haven't watched them, well done. Good for you guys. Thank you. You're part of my squad and I feel proud of you. And as with all those videos, we need to ask ourselves the question of where does this behavior come from. When I do these videos, I always like to start by getting to the root of the question and find where the behavior stems from, because I feel like if we can understand where the behavior comes from, it is a lot easier to change it and to make positive changes and choices for our lives. Am I getting too philosophical and I'm going way into psychology? Maybe I am, but it's the easiest way to do it, and I am a lazy person. I like to find the easiest way to do everything with minimum amount of effort possible. So I've done a bit of research and I found out that the impulse buying behavior comes from two situations, and the first one is the treat yourself mentality. Yes, we have all been there, and no matter if we have good moments or bad moments, we both want to reward it with a impulse buy. For example, when you go out to Starbucks, you had a really bad day and you decide, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself to Starbucks. Or you have that big moment at work, or I don't know, something good happened in your life. You deserve Starbucks, you're gonna treat yourself to Starbucks. So you're both rewarding good and bad behaviors, good and bad situations. You're both rewarding it, and this leads to you spending money on purchasing things that you don't really need because you feel like you need to reward yourself. Now, there's nothing wrong with rewarding yourself, and later in this video I'm going to show you other alternative ways that you can reward yourself without having to spend any money. But it is important to note that this thing that you put into your head where you treat yourself is one of the reasons why you impulse buy. You feel in a moment, yes, I'm going to treat myself, and you end up with 20 things you didn't need. Just see how much money you spent on coffees and cakes and those little buys that you bought, those little purchases that you made just because you wanted to treat yourself, and you're gonna see how much money you actually spent in a month. I've tried, it's daunting, and that's why I stopped going to Starbucks every day. And the second thing that makes us go into impulse buying is the opportunity to seize a bargain. Especially during sale time, you can see sales everywhere, opportunities, final reductions, and we're all tempted to go in and spend our money on things that we believe it's a good opportunity. Now the thing is, yes, you might save £50 because the item costs £200 and now is £150, but you just wasted £150 because you bought something you didn't need in the first place. So are you really saving £50 or are you spending £150? Just, putting it out there. I know it hurts, but yes. So we do have to have that presence of mind when you see a bargain to think, is this something that I actually need? Is this something that I'm actually gonna use? And is this something that I'm actually gonna love? Because otherwise you're just wasting the money and you're not actually saving any money. Now I'm gonna give you an example that happened with me recently. As you may very well know, I'm a very big lover of TK Maxx, and on their website I saw these pair of sandals and I absolutely loved them when I saw them, but I decided, no, I'm not gonna spend the money. This is a great opportunity, but I don't really need sandals. We're in the middle of winter. What am I gonna do with sandals? Like, it's ridiculous. So I decided not to get them, and I realized as soon as they went out of stock, I realized, you know what, I actually really like them. And I kept them in the back of my mind for a few days. You know what, I should have gotten them. I actually really like them. I'm very disappointed in this. And to be fair, this doesn't happen often. And because this doesn't happen often, when they finally went back in stock, which they never do, but these ones went back in stock, I decided to get them because at this point, this is something that I had reflected on it and I loved it, and then I made the purchase. Which leads me to my next topic of conversation, and it is how to actually avoid impulse buys. Because yes, it's very easy to understand why this happens, but how do we actually avoid them? How do you stop yourself from just seeing something and just immediately buying them? Even if you know that, oh, I'm not treating myself, I know I'm just treating myself, but I'm still buying it. How do you stop yourself from that behavior? And now it's, the hardest part, to resist seeing that item at discount, just saying no. Not gonna do it. I've mentioned before about rewarding yourself. Treat yourself of good behaviors and bad behaviors, good situations, bad situations, and the thing you can do, and this, it's pretty obvious, and I feel really upset that I haven't, realized this sooner, but the thing you can do is just reward yourself at home. Take a nice bath to relax, read a nice book, treat yourself to a day on the computer, treat yourself to a day of TV. Say, I've worked hard for this, I deserve it. Right? It's genius. Just treat yourself to things you can do instead of things you have to buy. You have to find the little pleasures in life. I know this sounds really cliche, but if you find pleasure in doing certain things instead of buying things, you're gonna feel a lot more rewarded. For example, if you think, you know what, I'm gonna reward myself, I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna see that movie, I'm gonna see that episode, instead of thinking, oh, I'm gonna get coffee, I'm gonna get a piece of chocolate, you've not spent any money and you're rewarding yourself. Seems like a good idea, no? Creating plans that you can do at home, it's a great way for you to have little pleasures in your life without having to spend any money. Even, for example, doing a good dinner at home with your special someone, you don't have to spend any money and you're creating memories, and maybe cooking is even part of the fun. I figure that sometimes the plan is more fun than the actual thing itself. Like, for example, when you go out to dinner, the main thing about dinner is usually the food itself. I mean, yes, it is the whole thing about going out and get dressed up, but sometimes it's so much better to stay at home with your loved one and have fun cooking something and then watching TV, watching a fun movie, and you'll spend a lot less money than you would if you had gone out to eat. I have a couple friends of mine, for example, I'm not gonna mention names, but shout out if you're watching this video, you know who you are, and they've decided to stop going out to eat this year, and they're saving money by staying at home. And for them, the whole fun about making the meal is the process of actually making the meal. They decided to start making pastas all by themselves, pizza, everything doing themselves. And they're having so much more fun than to just go out and have a meal somewhere. It's just the whole process of making the meal has become more rewarding than just going out to eat. So I feel like I'm talking more about meals and about going out to eat than about buying things, which was the main topic of this video. So I'm kind of sorry that I was sidetracked there, but it's still part of the main topic of the video. So I don't think I went that bad. But see, the thing is, if you do have things at home that you know is gonna reward you, like reading a good book, like cooking a meal, like taking a nice bath, bubble bath, or if you have a shower, just taking those moments to pamper yourself, just taking time to take some pleasures at home, just going for a walk, then your rewards can be more spiritual than material. Oh my god, that's so cliche. I'm really sorry I said that, but it is true, so I'm actually not sorry. But anyways, you get what I mean. If you find things, actions itself that gives you pleasures and give you rewards, then it's a lot better than buying things. If you do want to buy things, if you do feel that there's something that you need, if you do enjoy shopping, I'm not saying do not go shopping, obviously, but if you do enjoy shopping, one way that you can avoid impulse buys and you can avoid buying things in the heat of the moment and regretting them later is you can buy online. I know, right? This is so simple, and I've started to love this. I've done a ASOS haul recently. It was my first time buying an ASOS, and it's fantastic. I think most of my shopping, which to be fair, now that I've decided to cut back on shopping, is not that much, but I feel like most of my shopping is gonna be made through ASOS because it's so convenient. I can just stay at home. I can be watching a series while I'm on the computer searching for what I want to buy. Then I get delivered it at home. I can try it out at home with things that I already have, which is great. If you're buying something in particular to which you want to coordinate with something else you have, you're already at home with your closet, so it's easier for you to understand if that makes a good addition to your wardrobe or not. I just remembered, I just thought of this idea just right now and I got very excited about it, but it's true. You can just be at home trying out your clothes and see if it matches with your closet and then decide if you want to keep it or not. And ASOS has a fantastic returns policy where you can just chuck everything back into the bag and returns are free. No, this video is not sponsored. I just really think that is a very good process that you can stay home, shop all you want. You can even buy 2 sizes if you're undecided and you just ship it back if you don't like it. And what this gives you by shopping online is as well is that you can put everything in the cart. You can leave it for the next day, 24 hours, even half a day, even a week if you're more undecided, or if you have too many things in your cart, just leave it for a few days in the cart and then you can come back to them later and decide if you really still love these items and if you really still want to get them, which I think is great because this really does avoid the impulse buying because you have some time to think about it. Whether it's if you're in the shop, maybe you're not gonna go back to that shop again, and you have to decide in the moment if you want them or not. And most times you're just gonna decide to get it because you know you're not gonna go back, you're gonna regret it, and you're just gonna get it. While if you're sitting at home, if you put everything in a cart, then you can revisit later, you can think about it for a while calmly, you can check your closet to see if it matches with the stuff you already have, and then you can make a more decised decision. Is decisive a word? But you can make a more strong decision about the things you want to buy. Obviously, the last tip for not having impulse buying is just to simply not go out. Just simply stay home. Try to make plans doing something else, like take a walk in the park, maybe go watch a movie, go do things that do not involve going shopping and buying things. Well, you do have to buy the movie tickets, but you know what I mean. Just go do something instead of going shopping and then you'll avoid impulse buying. Now, I have to be honest, I do still succumb to impulse buying. I'm not gonna say I never have any impulse buying, but now before I buy something, I think about if I actually want to buy it and I absolutely love it. I never buy anything without thinking first if I don't absolutely love it. I don't know if that sentence makes sense, but let me give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example from this shirt. This shirt was an impulse buying. This shirt is from Topman, and this was an impulse buy, but when I got it, when I tried it on, I absolutely love it. I was sure that I really love it, so I got it. And I don't wear it as much as I would love to. I still wear it sometimes, and I absolutely love it. Still love it, still want to get rid of. I don't think it was a regret purchase at all. I saw it, I love it, and I got it. So yeah, that was an impulse purchase, but I was absolutely sure that I loved an item. And now I don't buy anything if I'm not absolutely sure I love it. I have to absolutely like it, and then I get it. That's how I do impulse purchases. Otherwise, I still need to think it through and have some logic behind my purchase, if that makes sense. It's like, okay, I'm using this because I need it for that. Which is still not a good process, to be honest. So yeah, I do still make impulse purchases. The difference is now I have to be absolutely 100% sure that I love what I'm getting, otherwise I won't get it at all. And that is what made a huge difference in my wallet. Is just going out and saying, you know what, I don't absolutely love it. I like it, but I don't need it, and I don't absolutely love it, so I'm not gonna get it. And my amount of shopping has reduced a lot because of this mentality, and I don't go shopping in physical shops as often as well, because now I'm gonna start doing online shopping. So it really avoids the moment of, you know what, I might not get back here, so I'm just gonna get it. If you do succumb to impulse purchasing, do not be discouraged, because we are surrounded by marketing. There's marketing everywhere. There's marketing on social media, there's billboards, there's big signs, sale everywhere. So if you do fall into the trap of impulse buying, do not get discouraged. You are constantly, there's millions of people trying to trick you to buy things. There are marketing companies, every shop wants you to buy things. So if you do fall for their tricks, don't be discouraged. It happens to everyone, and it's normal. Unfortunately, that's the consumerism type of society we live in. And again, I sound very cliche, I sound very hipster, but it is true. We live in a consumerism type society where material things are focused more than actual experiences and time with your friends and time with your loved ones. Unfortunate, that is the truth. So anyways, I hope I didn't ramble on for too much. I feel like I was slightly all over the place on this video. I tried my best to have all my thoughts concise and my little memo here written down as clearly as possible. I still feel like I was slightly all over the place on this video, and for that I do apologize. I do still hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I gave you a few ideas how you can avoid your impulse purchasing if you feel it, and if you're feeling bad about it, I hope I made you feel less bad about it, because it happens to everyone. Like I said, we live in a society where marketing is everywhere. They're trying to make us buy their products. So if it does work, they're just doing their jobs, and do not feel discouraged on it. If you're interested on minimalism, I have a minimalism series, as I said before. So check down below for the other videos of this series. Subscribe. Don't forget, subscribe if you are interested, and I will be putting out more content like this. So if you don't want to miss anything out, subscribe and touch that bell for the notifications if you want to be the first one to see my videos. Put a like on it, let's be friends, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!